I saw this video on my For You page 2 days ago about Fortnite nostalgia, and it was like, this was 7 years ago, and it showed 2018 like Christmas Fortnite, and I got really upset. No, like I got visibly upset. Like it hurt my mood for the day because it was the nostalgia of that time, but also like, damn, dude, the gaming in general.
If you're watching this, you're probably one of 3 people. The kid who played Minecraft with his friends every night after school. The sweat who lived on Call of Duty, Battlefield, or CSGO lobbies. Or the nerd who played League of Legends and stole his mom's credit card to buy skins.
I feel like I was the first 2. I feel like you could be more than one. There would be, I remember there was a day in the summer where I woke up and played Minecraft for like 15 hours. Straight. I would sit on servers, like prison servers, faction servers, and just grind Minecraft. Or just BO3. I remember BO3, I got Dark Matter in like 3 weeks.
Played League of Legends and stole his mom's credit card to buy skins. Or maybe you're a mix of all of them. Doesn't really matter which one you are, because we've all ended up.
League is a different type of gamer, bro. What's the biggest gamer game? I really think it's League, man. No, the biggest gamer games are like those overly complex, like Civ. Like if you play like Civ 7, you're a gamer. And I'm frowning because I don't like those games. GTA? No. WoW or like, yeah, like RuneScape. If you were like a RuneScape nerd, you were a gamer. What's another gamer game though? Dude, just like Civ games. I don't understand them when I look at them. Like, look how complicated this looks. Like, bro is running an actual civilization by himself. Like, single-handedly propping up an empire. Those games are so hard. Tarkov. There's a few gamer games, but I feel like the ones that... Or like, dude, if you play, what's the one where you travel through like the universe? Summit 1G plays it for like 17 hours a day. Starfield, that's like a gamer game. Like if you just, Star Citizen, that's what it is. Not No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is like the casual version of that. Star Citizen, yeah, like 40-year-old game. Like, I feel like a gamer games, like, there's 2 gamer games. I know this has nothing to do with the video, but there's 2 gamer types of games. Games that you have to sweat that are, you know, just inherently time-consuming. Ranked games. League. CS. Or, like, even if you're playing, like, Tarkov and you're getting in, like, a deep... Or, like, Rust. And then there's gamer games that are, like, strategy 5-hour gameplay-based games that, like, old heads play. Those are the biggest gamer games, in my opinion. Like Civ-based games, where you, like, start, like, Age of Empire. That's a gamer game.
In the same place. Gaming doesn't feel like it used to. It's like an old friend who's changed.
Clash Royale? Clash of Clans? I don't know about that. I love Clash of Clans. I love Supercell. Those are not gamer games. Those are full casual games. Like, I love Jinxie so much, but the take he has that... I understand his point where he'll say the highest player in Clash of Clans, the skill gap between them and like high-ranked Clash players is very high. But to say that like Clash Royale could be harder than chess is absurd.
Look the same, they sound the same.
Because it's so much on RNG, like deck rotation, right, is a big thing. Whereas chess is like learning the same rule set over and over again where you just like out-IQ your player, like the other guy. It is though. Okay, actually, I want y'all's take. Is Clash Royale harder than chess? I could get into the idea that high-level Clash Royale is harder than chess. You can make that argument. But you can't say that getting good... It is so much harder to get good at chess than good at Clash Royale. That's the point I want to make. Getting even okay at chess is a 6-month endeavor. Right? Being good at chess is hard. Very hard. You could pick up Clash Royale in a month, be good at it. Not even.
But something's just different. And you can't even point out exactly what. That's how gaming feels now. Same games, same franchises, but not the same feeling. So is it the games, or is it us? That is what I want to figure out in this video. Because I don't want gaming to feel like a chore anymore. I want it to be an escape again, not something I'm trying to escape from. So stick with me for the next 8 minutes, and together we'll figure out how to make gaming feel fun.
Bro, I think you make gaming feel fun again by stepping out of the boundaries of the previous games you've played. I think people get in this rut where they only play the same 4 games they've always played. And that's good if you like them, right? Like if you're a big fan of Stardew and you just want to play Stardew or Terraria just over and over again. But if you're like somebody that hops on Warzone and you just rip Warzone over and over again and you're not having fun, but like you refuse to get into any other game, and a common defense is like, oh, well, other games cost money. And I get that, but like, there's so many other free games or like indie game. Like, if you're a PC gamer and you just only play like 2 games and you're like, gaming's not fun, I'm like, dude, there's so many games that are like $3 that are 20-hour playthrough games or free.
And again, nothing, and I mean nothing, hit harder than loading up a brand new Minecraft server with your friends. We'd spend days trying to figure out how to even play together, downloading 14.
Bro, I remember I would spend a good 3 hours just regenning seeds with my friends. Like random pulling a bunch of seeds to try and find out the world we wanted to play on, and then we would grind that world out for like weeks. It would be a 2-week Minecraft server though. It'd be nonstop play for like up to a month, and then we would just quit.
In different viruses from shady sites, because what the hell was a port forward? Nah, screw that. We had Hamachi, and once we were finally in, we didn't play to grind, speedrun, or build some mega base. We played to see how long we could survive before inevitably just blowing each other up. Or Black Ops 2 Zombies.
That's a common issue when you have more than like 4 people. If you ever started like an Xbox Minecraft world with like more than 4 or 5 people, that's where shit gets bad because somebody loses an item and they start blaming each other. And then like factions start forming and you start killing each other. Yeah, that ruins friendships. But if you have like 3 to 4 people in a server, you're usually fine.
Hours spent on maps like Origins. I still remember screaming into my webcam mic the first time we ever built a staff, or losing my mind when that creepy ghost lady on Buried stole all my money. And don't even get me started on multiplayer. That's where most of us learned every single English swear word that we know. Kids today...
Bro, back when you would play COD on the TV speaker, I gotta have this take too. And this is for non-gamers and gamers. And specifically, if you have a significant other that claims to be a gamer. I saw a video about this, and I could not agree more. If you play video games, competitive video games, and you don't have a headset, you're ass. And I will stand by that. You're ass. You're trash. You're bad at the game. There's no, you can't be good. You can't be good at Call of Duty or any shooter-based game without having surround sound. It's different if it's like you're playing Super Smash, right? Like a 2D platformer. Or something that's like like if you're playing like a Nintendo competitive game, or you're playing like something that doesn't GeoGuessr. You don't need surround sound for GeoGuessr, right? Or 2K or Madden. But I'm also going to have the point that if your main game's a sport game, you're not a gamer, you're a casual gamer, which is still respectful. But I think if you don't have a headset and you play competitive-based team-based games, FPS games, you're bad at video games. Because I remember that era. I remember when I was a kid and I would play Call of Duty Ghosts on my TV and I would rage. And I remember being like, how do they know where I am? How do they know where I am? I would freak out. They would like sneak up behind me. I'd be like, how do they hear me? And it never resonated in my head. Oh, they're wearing a headset and they could hear that I'm to their left rather than just mute audio just coming out of the TV.
They could never survive a BO2 lobby.
I remember doing a GTA heist with randos, and I didn't have a headset, and they were just talking out of my TV in my living room. And I've been in a few lobbies in video games where I've heard that in COD, and I love that. When you find out that somebody is playing through their TV audio, it is like being blessed. If you're in a COD game and you hear them talking through their PlayStation controller and like you hear the echo of the game on their PS5 controller, you're like, I know they're using their TV. You just start screaming. ah! And then they mute.
Back in 2012. But to be fair, it's also where I met some of my best friends who I still play and talk with to this day. And Battlefield 3, that game was pure chaos. Spending hours trying to copy some insane helicopter plays we'd see on YouTube. We were sending dirt bikes flying across the map for no other reason than it being the funniest thing in the world. I swear to God, the moment I see my friends launch 6,000 miles out of bounds, I could not breathe. I don't know why, it was just the funniest thing in the world. It just was. Or even the single player games like Subnautica that came out a little later, but still, the first time you hear a Leviathan roar in the distance, terrifying, magical.
I could not play Subnautica alone without an audience. We never finished that game, but like I would never get into a depth-based ocean horror game alone. Like, you know how scary that is? When I played it with my chat, it wasn't scary because I just see people typing, so I'm like, I'm alone, but, you know, there's still, like, somebody experiencing it as well. Versus you just being in, like, a dark room silent. Just, and you hear, and you're like, with your weak-ass propeller just going, just trying to get out of the water. And you see the thing chasing you.
Cool. And wait, that was in 2014? Damn, okay, I'm getting old, bro. But enough about how it was. We all remember it. We were there. The real question is, why isn't it like that now? When I try to play those games today, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. And I think I figured out why.
Bro, it's because people force themselves to try and have the same experience they had then. They're trying to relive the past. You have to be able to you have to be able to give yourself a path towards the future, not only in gaming, but life. People live and dwell so much in nostalgia and what it was and what it felt like then. But when you were living it then, you didn't think to yourself, wow, this is amazing right now. Like, you were just enjoying it. You just have to live in that moment of the game and you'll enjoy the games. Yeah, some games are going to be trash. There's going to be ruts in gaming. But if you're going on COD now and you're like, I need to relive the old days on S&D, it's going to be a bad time.
Where between 2012 and 2025, gaming stopped being about fun and started being about work. Every game, and I mean every single game, wants me to log in daily, check boxes, grind XP. It's not playtime. That's a second job, man. And it's not just the games. It's the entire culture. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be the next big streamer, the next big YouTuber. Success has been so normalized to the point where if you're not pulling a 20 bomb every single Warzone match, or grinding Minecraft Elytras in the first 20 minutes of starting a new world, or unlocking dark matter in week 1 of launch in some Call of Duty game, it feels like you're falling way behind. And even when I do try to chill.
Well, I think that is a competitive mindset that gamers inherently have, is that you want to be better than your friends. You want to be better than the other people playing the game, you know? Like in COD specifically, you want a camo grind if you're a multiplayer gamer, you know? And you want to get better than the people around you. I think ranked in general is good for keeping a game alive, but bad in that it demotivates a wide audience to keep playing, especially when there's so many achievements that take so long to get and not a lot of people have time to do. That's why I just like base ranked games. I think an issue with Call of Duty is there's so many different things that you could achieve at once that it's just like, it seems like, why should I even try? I was camo grinding for Black Ops 6, and I got like 3 classes diamond, and I went, well, this game's going to die off in 6 months when the next one comes out. So why do I even care? You know, why should I try and get dark matter for the next 30 hours when I could just play the game and just use the 3 guns that I want to use versus forcing myself to run at people with a rocket launcher and go, and try to get direct impacts and just fucking crash out for 5 hours. It's not fun, you know? Like, it's you're not gonna make it. Why are you making yourself do that?
I just can't. I feel like I'm not running the right loadout or following the meta or keeping up with the latest season. It's exhausting and it's unrealistic. But here's the thing. Do we really need to follow these rules? These rules that nobody even agreed on. They just kind of showed up one day. Do you actually keep playing after you unlock the dark matter camos? Do you actually stick to your Minecraft world once you've gotten the Elytras? I know I don't. I spent an entire week grinding for the zombie dark matter camo and the multiplayer dark matter camo when Black Ops 6 came out. And guess what? I haven't touched that game since. It's what, like a...
Well, because you need progression. If there's no people need achievements. It's not even success. I think all video games have a goal. And when you reach that goal, if there's not another goal and you can't set yourself a goal, then you just no longer want to play the game. Like, you can make games fun by just giving yourself goals to do. But that's if you want to do it, right? Like, open world games like Minecraft, you could do anything you want. But there is still loose story where it's like, you got to beat the Ender Dragon. Once you do that, you can do whatever you want. But that's usually when that world falls off with your friends. It's because you've already beaten the game. You've gotten the Elytra. You've beaten the Wither. You've beaten the Ender Dragon. You've done the mod pack that you picked.
A year later or something.
That's why for the next SMP for Minecraft, I want to do Pixelmon. Because I think it adds Minecraft and building houses and having arenas and having that Minecraft aspect with just, now I'm going to go catch shinies. I have a level 99 Gengar. It doesn't matter anymore because I still want to go catch other Pokemon. I want to fill my Pokedex. I want to do random box battles. You have different goals and things that you want to do that make the game more fun.
Almost a year later. Why the hell did I do that? Why didn't I just have fun? And that's
When are you doing that? Like November?
when it hit me. Maybe the problem isn't the games or us. Maybe it's how we've been told to play them. Back in the day, we weren't obsessed with the meta. We weren't obsessed with the fastest way to progress. We were obsessed with chaos, with discovery, with...
No, I was obsessed with the fastest way to reach things. Maybe when I originally played Call of Duty, when I was like, dude, I think you reach the efficiency level mindset when you're like 14. When you're 13 and younger, playing video games is about having fun and fucking around. Once I was 14, 15, I was like, nah, I need to get dark matter. And I would watch tutorials on, like, the best weapon setups to get headshots in video games. And, like, what I could do to progress faster. The tutorial on where the battle pass... Where's the hidden battle pass star in Fortnite 2018? It'd be a 30-second video of some guy going, so if you go over to the bush by, this motel... and walk past the third tree, here's the star. And it would just tell you where it is. Because why am I going to try and figure that out?
Laughing at the dumbest stuff imaginable. And there's actually a word for that. Oh yeah, it's called fun. Like in Minecraft. The fun wasn't grinding elytras. The fun was hiding behind a painting so you could pop out and kill your friend and hear them scream into their shitty Skype mic. Battlefield wasn't about using the best weapon. It was about sending dirt bikes into orbit and crying of laughter.
Oh my god, the Xbox. What's the shape of Italy? No!
When someone ragged
Don't ask me that.
all into a tree mid-air at 300 miles per hour. That's the fun. That was what made games fun, not the checklist.
A boot. And then you just go, doo-doo. Just disconnect.
Not the grind, just playing the game. But now, we're being told that that's the wrong way
I
to
don't
play.
get it. It was common in... You would have a leader in Xbox. I'm assuming PlayStation was the same, but I had an Xbox when I was a kid. Well, I had a PS2, but then I had an Xbox One. You would be in Xbox party chat, and you would have like a group of, 3, 4, 8 people, however many it was. And you would have a leader that could kick people and invite people. And if they were mad at you or they didn't want you in the chat anymore, they would just ask you what the shape of Italy is. You would say a boot, and then they would kick you. and then you were just alone. What do you do to a soccer ball? Kick it?
The slow way, the bad way, by streamers who call everyone they kill trash, like they're not literally gaming 14 hours a day.
Fuck you say to me, you little shit!
Of course you're gonna stomp some dude who has 30 minutes of playtime after work. Every single
Yeah, but it feels good to be able to, like... Smurfing in a video game's terrible to experience, but great to do. If you are getting smurfed on, it sucks. But smurfing... Entering a lobby that is 4 ranks lower, 4 divisions lower than you, and just walking in and being like, yeah, I'm going to steamroll these people. It feels so good to just walk in. Yeah, get in a bronze Valorant, or bronze Marvel Rivals lobby. Yeah, I'm just going to queue up Jeff and go DPS and just still maul them. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's so fun.
single game doesn't need a battle royale. Every single game doesn't need a ranked mode. Every single game doesn't need a battle pass. And all
Yeah, it's a one-way experience. You hate having it done to you.
Extra dopamine hits every 5 seconds, like these streamers want. And content? Back then it was trick shots and funtages. It was either fucking badass or it was hilarious. But now it's nothing but top 10 meta weapons or how to shave 0.2 seconds off your TTK. Like bro, I don't have 8 hours to practice your spray pattern. And the wildest part of it all? We just suck it up. We actually believe all of it. We don't need to do that. We can play exactly like we used to. And most importantly, we can still have as much fun as we used to. We just forgot how. So everything we've just gone through leads us to 3 solutions to fixing this issue of gaming being a chore instead of being fun. And they are the following. Solution 1 is to go touch some grass. Nah, I'm just kidding. Who the fuck wants to go outside? Could not be me. But seriously, go touch a new genre. If you're always sweating in shooters, try something different. Maybe Rust. I mean, that's still got shooting, but it's all
Rust? Hey, you're not having fun getting smurfed on in a video game. Why don't you go try out Rust? That sounds like the worst piece of advice I have ever heard of. I'm gonna go, yeah, why don't you go play Rust, where people literally have to sleep next to their computer so their base doesn't get raided.
so base building and
What is that? That sounds
Survival
so
chaos.
bad. No, I thought he was gonna say go try out like random party games.
Scousers don't get knocked out. What is G? You shit. You fucking shit.
or Subnautica. It's single player and it's a beautiful, very terrifying
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, like try out some single player games.
and completely underwater game. It'll remind you that
But single player gaming is like it's a genre for a specific type of person, you know? Not a lot of people want to do single player games. A lot of people just want to play multiplayer stuff.
games don't have to be the same cycle of lobbies, loadouts, and battle passes. Or if you usually just play single player games or survival games, then go try and play a shooter or League of Legends or something else.
Oh my god, I've never heard somebody give advice to say go play League of Legends. Yeah, you're not having fun gaming, go play League. Go play League. Go spend the next 3 years of your life just constant tilt.
Try it.
ADC, dying, or smurfing, one of the two.
Play something else. You'd be surprised how different games can be. Solution 2.
It is good. I played League for a while. League's fun, but I have had friends that literally quit League of Legends because it was ruining their mental health outside of the game. Like, that is one of the only games I have heard of actually disturbing people's mindsets outside of the game. Like Call of Duty, you get upset and then you leave. Like, I have heard League and people literally be like, yeah, no, I was upset for like days because of how ranked games would go. And he was like he was the number 2 Lilia NA. Like, he was good at League.
To play with someone who sucks massive ass. Play with someone who is so bad at video games that it is embarrassing. I mean, like, really bad. I'm talking your mom, your girlfriend, your grandpa. Doesn't matter. Just someone who's not living in this sweaty, hyper-progress world like you are. Because when they screw up, it's hilarious. Watching someone struggle with the basics reminds you how fun it was.
Oh my god, but giving somebody a controller, bro. Giving somebody a controller that's never used a controller before, and then they run like this. Stop. And they're just fucking like they can't move at they can't move them at the same time. It's like they only can move forward and then they have to turn, and then they move and they have to turn. They can't just do it at the same time. I will say, have you ever been playing a video game and like set your focus to how you're moving the controller and how complex the motions are, but how natural they feel? I'll do that on PC. When I'm playing like a competitive shooter game and I'm clicking like 20 buttons, but I'm not even thinking about it. Like, I'm just like, and then you focus on it and then you start getting messed up and you're like, this feels really weird.
When you were new, and how little stuff in video games actually matter. You can even go and play some co-op games like It Takes Two or A Way
Oh
Out.
my god.
Solution 3.
Peak game. It Takes Two is so good. And A Way Out. Those are great. Those are both good games if you have a duo to play with. I think, like, duo games in general are great with, like, a really good friend, or, like, these types of duo games are really good for, like, girlfriends that don't like games, as advice, right? Like, I've played It Takes Two with Brooke, and she somewhat enjoys it.
Is to just go and waste some goddamn time. You heard me. No goals, no grind, no achievements. Just hop in a game and just play it. Don't worry about what weapon you're using. Just pick a weapon you're usually not used to using. Or if you're a Rust nerd, just go live in the jungle instead of only living in the snow and being some tryhard who only raids bases the first 16 hours of wipe and then leaves the game. You know, just build some weird house in Minecraft. Don't worry about the elytras. You know, just do something that doesn't have a meaning, because that's when the best memories happen. When you're not sweating for camos or grinding XP. When you're just wasting time. You're just playing games, like, you know, like when you were a kid. You didn't do it for anything, you just did it because it was fun. So just waste some goddamn time, man. The easiest way to put all this is that video games mattered because they didn't matter. Stuff mattered because it was just fun, but it didn't actually matter if you had full diamond gear or the meta weapon or the highest KD. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if...
I don't know, man. I feel like I get what he's saying, where it's like there wasn't as much pressure for you to have fun then. It was just do whatever you want. There was more freedom, it felt like. But, like, I cared about KD. I cared about KD in the first Call of Duty I ever played. That was, like, one of the biggest things that mattered to me. Was, like, what's my kill death?
You're the Minecraft kid, the COD sweat, or the League nerd. We should all be able to have fun in video games. That's literally why they were made, and that's why we started playing them. Honestly, it's the same reason I even started this channel. If games were never fun, I would have never wanted to make videos about them. And I can only do that because of you. Yep. You, right there. The fact that you watched this whole goddamn video is the reason that I make them. And if you got any value out of it, which I hope, otherwise I just wasted like a week of editing, then I would be honored if you would hit subscribe after this video. And thank you.
I did really like that video. I'll sub. Who will spend 30 minutes scrolling to see their Steam library just to turn off their PC? Video games matter because they didn't matter. That line gave me goosebumps. Chills. Literal chills. I don't think it was that they mattered because they didn't matter. It was just like they were so new. I think that's really what it is, bro. People just get themselves in ruts in the same games. Just play the same games, especially like console kids. And I'm not judging that, but I'm saying like I feel like a lot of people that play video games on console just play the same 3 games and they never play anything else. And I am not saying that's not me, right? Because off stream, I only play like 2 games. I'll play Val, I'll play Marvel Rivals, I might play GeoGuessr, like, and then maybe like a random like niche game I'll find once in a while. But like I really do think if I didn't stream, you know, 20 different variety games a week, I would be gaming other ways. I would be playing other games.